Won by 39 points to take a 2-0 series lead. Kevin Durant leading the way with 32 points and with 0 injury concerns. Listen to him tell you about it.
Tomorrow will mark 2 years since you initially injured your calf. I know you worked your butt off to get to this point, but did you ever think you'd be this good?
Is that a real question? Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
what you want me to say to that? Of course I did.
mean, it's pretty impressive what you've been able to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I mean, that was 2 years ago. I'm looking forward to just getting up tomorrow and going to practice, watching film, and seeing how we can get better. But, you know, I appreciate that. But, you know, that was too long ago.
At the end of the day, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. You know, even after the Miami series, you know, we was up 4-0. Coming to this series, I wasn't high. Now we're down 2-0. I'm not low. You know, I'm just, you know, keep doing what I'm doing, keep trusting my work, keep trusting my teammate, keep believing in the team, keep believing in the habits we built all year, and hopefully game 3 we can get a win.
All right, Chris Broussard, I have asked this before. I will ask this again. Is this series over?
Jenna, it is over.
Oh, no.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. It is over.
Oh, we've done it again.
Period.
We've done it again.
It's over. And I love, one reason I know it's over, I love Kevin Durant's attitude. Now, you heard in that quote, he said, I just want to get in the film room and see how we can get better. If you watch the whole interview, he was like, look, we haven't done anything yet. We did what we're supposed to do. We protected home court. That's a great team over there. You know, we got to be ready for them in Milwaukee. He's giving them the appropriate respect. And what did I say, guys, a week ago when you asked me, how much of a concern for Brooklyn is Milwaukee? I said, look, the Nets need to show them the appropriate amount of respect. And if they do that, they will win. Now, look, I got to be honest. I'm surprised they've been this good without James Harden, but they still are the better team even without Harden, because what we're seeing is an immense difference in skills. And now, more than ever, the NBA is about skills because the floor is so spread out that it's not as much about toughness. It's not as much about size anymore. It's about skills. Can you handle? Can you shoot? Can you create? And the Nets have far more skill than the Bucks do. And obviously, because of their skills, they've got 2 players who are unguardable. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are unguardable. You saw Giannis didn't even have anything for KD on occasion. When he got on KD, KD just went right at him. And so the Bucks, and I say this with all due respect to Giannis, who is a tremendous player, their lack of skills is evident. I get it. They're not going to shoot 25% from 3 the rest of the way. They'll hit some 3-pointers here and there. But consistently, Giannis is guardable because if you just back up and give him the 3, you know he's going to try to get in the lane. If you can somehow cut off the lane, cut off his drives, he can be stopped if his jumper isn't kind of magically falling. And in most cases, it's not going to be falling. What's he from the foul line? 2 for 10, 20%. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, very nice players, but they're on again, off again all-stars. That's not a real big 3. They don't have a big 3 or even a big 2. Chris Middleton is a good player. He's not on the level of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. So the Nets just have more talent. They got more skills, and their role players are skilled too, and they play off of their stars. It's over.
Wow, you sound like me going back to December. Everything I've been saying for the entire season, you sound like me. Look, Chris Bosh, he just said, look, you can get drugged any moment in this league. And so the mindset and the mentality that you're talking about coming from KD is absolutely it, because you have to respect those guys on the other side. If they have that mindset and that trickles down to everyone in that locker room and trickles up to the coaches and, you know, including them, this could be a sweep. You know, I'm being honest right here. Chris, I want to talk about sustainability. I'm going to be honest here. I don't know if what we're seeing is sustainable. We know what we knew what we were going to get from them offensively, but defensively, man, this is impressive. forcing turnovers, the way they're closing out. They held the Bucks to 86 points last night. They roll out of bed and get an easy 120. So I want to talk to you about sustainability. Do you think that they're exceeding their own expectations with what they're doing right now?
Well, I think defensively, they've been incredibly impressive, and what defense is about, if you have the right amount of athleticism and strength, then it's just about effort and heart, especially when you switch so much, which now is kind of the standard defense in the NBA. And so they're dug in. Their role players know their role, and they want to defend. The stars are even putting forth the effort defensively. I'm not saying they're going to play this level of defense the rest of the way. I don't think they will. So I would agree with you. They're exceeding their expectations. Defensively, they're getting help from Milwaukee, which is missing shots. I went back to skills. But the effort is there. The attitude is proper. And so that's what they just need to continue to play great offense and then get stops, timely stops defensively, and they're capable of getting timely stops.
Okay. Let's all take a deep, cleansing breath.
Thank you.
No.
All right, let's just all calm down for a moment. I understand. Listen, folks, it'll make these Nets segments easier. Can the producers put on the bottom line an extra bar? Brandon picked the Nets in December and has been right about everything in the playoffs thus far. Put that on there. The audience will always have it, and then but then we can also actually discuss basketball over the next 6 weeks, which is maybe what the audience wants. So I understand that the Nets just played a perfect game. I get that. I totally get that, and they deserve massive respect for it, and they did it on both ends. I also think that Coach Budenholzer understands that as long as Harden is out, and as long as Nash's strategy to compensate for that is to simply not sub out Kyrie and KD, which he didn't do in Game 1, and in Game 2 he didn't until the fourth quarter when nobody plays, they're blowing them out. The longer the series goes, the more it could benefit Milwaukee, which means the only way to get this series long is Giannis has to put the team on his back in Game 3, and that's what I want to focus on. Because what have we seen in these playoffs so far? Broussard, what we have seen is the stars of this league, when their backs were against the wall, showed up. Dame, he ended up losing, but he dropped 55 in a game, the swing game of that series, and the Joker, by the way, dropped, I think, 39, 11, and 8. Guys whose backs have been, Kawhi, Luka, back was against the wall in Game 7, gave you 46, 7, and 14. Kawhi back against the wall in Game 6. What did he do? Maybe the finest game of his career. We haven't seen it from the guys out east because Philly, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn, their backs haven't been against the wall, so they haven't really, to be honest, had to show up like that. My question for Game 3 is, can Giannis do it? I believe he can do it. I believe Giannis has the blueprint how to do it against Brooklyn because he had dominated this matchup all year long until last night. But to me, when you have seen the stars of this league, when they have had to do it, even if they ended up losing, they, like Dame did, or Luka did in Game 7, they showed up huge. Giannis is in that room. Hell, last year he was the top of that room. He was damn two-time league MVP. Is he going to do that in Game 3? Now, if Brooklyn goes 21 of 42 from 3 again, it won't matter. But is Giannis going to do that? To me, and if he does, then this series obviously is far from over, with the home team having not lost a game yet.
It's over, buddy. And look, I appreciate you acknowledging me picking the Nets going back to November. So you want to talk a little basketball? Let's talk a little basketball. Yesterday, I took this note. This was the last block, 9:30, around 9:27. I wrote this down. That's what you said. That ain't going to fly. What you were referring to was a few things. You were talking about them from 3. You said there's no way the Bucks are going to shoot 20% from 3. Well, hell, last night they shot 29%. You also talked about P.J. Tucker. Oh, do you really think P.J. Tucker's going to let Kevin Durant do what he did in Game 1? one. Well, did you see P.J. Tucker on skates last night? Did you see even Giannis on skates last night? You talked about Kyrie Irving playing too many minutes, and you saw what Steve Nash was able to do, adjust to James Harden going down. So if you want to talk about basketball, we can talk about basketball all day. He did adjust. He did adjust. He didn't play 42 minutes.
No, he played.
Kyrie Irving didn't play 42 minutes. Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's not listen. It's great to debate, and it's great to go back and forth, but the answer is it's over, and you know it's over. You saw what Giannis brings to you see what Giannis brings to the table, Bud brings to the table, and everybody else on that roster. So if you want to talk about basketball, let's talk about basketball.
Okay, I think that's what we're doing. Listen, the reason Kyrie didn't play 40-some minutes is because none of them played in the fourth quarter.
I don't know if that's what we're doing, because that's not what you said. I don't know if that's what we're doing, because what you said is, let's highlight Brandon picking the Nets. Everybody know I've been picking the Nets. I've been throwing the jersey and then in the camera for 3 months, and then you said let's talk about basketball. So let's talk about basketball. I don't know if that's what we're doing, because you obviously said that's not what I'm doing. Well, let's talk about it then.